I do want to just remind everybody that Games Done Quick is now accepting bits during SGDQ. For each bit that Games Done Quick receives, we will give Doctors Without Borders 1 cent during SGDQ. Plus, we have a bit incentive, Majora's Mask blindfolded. For them to fight Majora blindfolded, we need 5 million bits. So make sure to cheer those bits if you would like to see that incentive met. We're going to take a quick ad break, and then we will be right back. All right, we have $200 from Ricky Ward. Where have I been? I have never heard of GDQ. Speedruns? Yes. This is awesome, and my donation will go to a great cause. We've got $50 from Iron Caliber. Hey, GDQ, I finally got a chance to donate this week. This event is one of the greatest things on the internet, and I'm always glad to help out for charity. Shout out to the tech crew and behind-the-scenes people who help bring these marathons to life. I'll be at work during Super Metroid, so I'm going to miss it, but we're totally going to kill those animals, right? We've got $50 from Jello148. Shoutouts to the Gamers Bench Discord homies for making SGDQ even more fun to watch this year. We've got $10 from Anonymous, first time donating. Been having a blast watching, and I'm finally starting to get into running games myself. Hoping to one day see myself running in a future GDQ. And remember, save the frames. We've got $50 from Jacko. My donation goes to save the animals because I don't understand how people can be so cruel and kill animals. Sad face. I'm with you, Jacko. We've got $10 from Mad Doctor's Cat. Hi, Yellow Killer Bee. Didn't know you'd be hosting. Since you are, I feel in the mood for some appropriate Disneyfication. Kingdom Hearts 2. I can show you the world. Speaking of Kingdom Hearts 2, we do have some donation wars, some bid wars coming up for Kingdom Hearts 2. We have some different songs that are going to be sung. We have Mulan, I'll Make a Man Out of You, Little Mermaid, Part of Your World, A Whole New World, like we said. So those are always really fun to watch. And so if you want to get your donation in to choose which songs will be sung, make sure that you do that really soon. We have $50 from Yelsrick. Good luck, LRock, on your first GDQ run. Wish I could be there to root you on, but I'll just have to cheer from my desk at work. Here's hoping that this run is tasty. Oh, come on. We've got $50 from BirthCar16. Shout out to LRock617 from Tomes and Lawson. We've got $10 from LolCam Alpha. Had to donate during my buddy LRock's run, even though I won't be able to watch much of it since I'm at work right now. Sending you all the luck I can from back home, even if it costs me another microwave. I know you got this, dude. Put this donation towards LRock's choice. We've got $120 from Anonymous. These streams have been keeping me company during my graveyard shifts. Thank you guys so much for all that you do. Donation goes to Announcer's Choice. Commodore C64159 gives $20 and says, "Hi, and greetings from Austria. BTW 8-bit forever." We've got some donations for the world record run that just came up. We've got $5 from Super Saiyan 5 saying, "Gotta donate for a world record. Great run, Zorlak7. Hype." And we have $35 from AXJ, world record. Of course I have to donate after that run. And I'm changing my whole perspective after watching the Turtles dominate and supporting Save the Animals for the first time ever. You go, AXJ. I love that. Just a reminder, you are watching Summer Games Done Quick 2017. Proceeds go to Doctors Without Borders, an international independent medical humanitarian organization. So all of the donations that you are giving are going to a great cause that helps people all over the world. All right, are you guys ready for some X-Men? Let's give it up for LRock. Woo! And with that, I'm going to throw it over to you.
All right, time will start when I pick mission mode. 3, 2, 1, go. All right, start us off. Get off with the mushy stuff. Couch roll call, please.
Taco Belmont. Mike Liyama.
Proto Magical Girl.
Blacktastic, Skybills, and Hank McCoy as the Beaver. Shout out to RPG Chick for that perler, by the way. Couple of quick musty things get out of the way. All the props to Fuzzy Bunny 10 for inspiring me to stream and getting me started in speedrunning, because I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for him. All the Louisville love right there for himself, as well as the rest of the Kentucky Gaming Alliance. Shoutouts to Retro Gaming Live TV, who gave me the platform with which to showcase this amazing game, as well as my other shenanigans, which might be as fun. I'm not so sure. That was bad. And the Games Done Quick crew in general. Thank you so much for everything. This has been such an honor. Off to the game. Here we have the stage I consistently start with, which is Psylocke. It's one of the more random heavy levels in the game. It's also a really frustrating one to play through because she has a lot of execution overlaps. This game has a lot of like Street Fighter style inputs that for her overlap the most because you can get one move when you want another. Makes it a bit annoying, but
yeah, for Psylocke, the knee is super overpowered, so we're going to be using that a ton.
Yes, it has way too big of a hitbox that just doesn't make any sense. So here for our first mini-boss, we're going to have a lot of RNG because he can do things like this. He can move up and down. He can move side to side. He really doesn't like to play fair, but we're going to see if we can wear him out with the Psychic Knife. Finish him off with a flip kick. Good fight.
Very good.
That was good. Very good.
So the general structure of this game, is, as you can see, it's a beat 'em up. For the first bunch of stages here, you have one stage to play as every one of the characters you can play as in the game, and then the last couple stages you can play as a character of your choice. So we get to see a lot of different combat in this game, which is really cool. A lot of them have very similar themes because it is a beat 'em up. There's only so much variety in these kind of games. So you're going to see lots of things like spacing out kills is going to be really important. And of course, here we have the obligatory first stage, really big boss for a SNES Capcom game.
And of course, he decided to be a jerk and move to the back of the bus. This is one of the worst things you can do from a random standpoint. He just moves all the way to the back and he just doesn't let you do anything and be a jerk. But he came back and he let us hit him, so that'll wrap that up. We'll be seeing Betsy here a little bit later. For now, we're going to move on to one of the more unusual stages. We already have Gambit, who has a tremendous movement technique on the scissor kick. It, very M. Bison similar, what you see out of Street Fighter.
I call both sides here. Come on.
Unfortunately, does both sides.
There you go.
Both sides.
So I think one really cool thing about this game, not technically from a speedrunning perspective, but from a game design perspective, actually, for each of these stages where you are forced to play as a certain character, they have that little intro sequence, and everyone is different because it shows you the character's ability, which I think is really neat. And we're going to be showcasing all of these different abilities. You can just roll over gaps with this guy. It's absolutely great.
This part's also terrifying because the bombs can trade with you and they can just cause you to die because there's this giant gaping cliff there, but we got there, thank goodness.
Yeah, this game has a lot of weird hitbox shenanigans, so you always have to be careful.
Here we have your typical beat 'em up elevator section, which is kind of boring, not much to talk about. So let's go ahead and hand it off for some donations.
All right. First is $10 from Beardsy. Good luck on the run, LRock, and shout out to the 502 crew. And we've got $10 from Nobleboy77. Teleports in. Nobleboy here once again. Good luck on the X-Men run, LRock. We rely on you. Go and save the city. Teleports out.
It's noble. So
Very
a section
noble.
like this may kind of appear like an auto-scroller, but it's very not. You want to be very intentional in what moves you're using and how you're combining enemy kills such that you take out each wave the fastest so that you can progress the game. It's really important that you use the full moveset each character is offering you as you're going through this to get the best kills.
And you want to minimize knockdowns just because there's no way to hit enemies on the ground. So generally, you want your last hit to be the knockdown hit so that they'll die in one knockdown.
Absolutely true. This boss is probably the least necessary boss in the game. It's essentially a contra boss in a beat 'em up. We have to use a technique you don't see elsewhere in the stage, which we're going to throw cards upwards to try to take out the cannons. The cannons are completely random. The number of them that fire and which ones fire are, there's no pattern to them. It just happens. Like there we got bad luck, so we'll just take it out. It takes 4 hits apiece. You just kind of have to hope for the best luck and see what happens. And after that, we have to take out the pilot, which will take all of 2 of these.
Shoutouts to
I
the
didn't get
speed
pole
bash.
dance. We got cannonball though, so that's cool. So shouts to the BSB crew for the helicopter ride. Woo!
Helicopter ride.
And that is Gambit's last stage, correct?
Yes, we will not be seeing him again, which is very unfortunate because he's a very fun character to play. Here we have Mr. Logan, one of my favorite stages. Everybody say hi to my friend Raul. Say bye to Raul. Here's Eric with a Q. We're going to not talk to him either. Take out the guy on the ledge with that dragon punch. Swipe through these guys. Claw Dash does a lot of damage, especially when you connect with the last hit, so it's your primary form of offense when you're using him. That and the dive. Here we have a Ninja Gaiden style climb. Precise placement here is kind of important. You can frame perfect it, but it's really hard, so I tend to just kind of go with the flow with it. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. This boss fight is actually pretty simple. It's fairly predetermined, so you just have to make secure executions in there. Got the last hit. Okay, good.
Very good.
Made very quick work
Super
of it.
clean.
Yeah. One thing to note is that the Dragon Punch style moves in this game actually have invincibility on ascent. So it's actually important to use those invincibility frames during attacks so you can maximize your damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does really good damage. It hits up to 3 times on certain enemies. We're going to dive right into this boss fight here.
Capcom
Gigantic
Big
Sentinel
Boss
head.
round 2.
Yep.
The bigger inning.
Pretty much all we're doing here is showcasing this dive, which is really, really high damage. It only takes 8 of them, plus it takes out enemies, which is a nice bonus. We're going to get one more. And bathroom's on the left. Make quick work at that, zoom on out. Move on to everybody's favorite big blue furball, Mr. Hank McCoy.
Yeah.
This is the character you're going to be seeing a lot of in this run. He's easily the most overpowered character in the game. It doesn't seem like he would look like it because his move list is probably the shortest in the game, outside of maybe Cyclops, though that's debatable. But the moves he has are extremely insane. Like, for example, this headbutt is really, really good damage, and it has a glitch built into it where if you hit an enemy at close range, it hits twice, and it does double damage.
Also,
so it's
you
already
can walk
doing-
on ceilings, which is
Yes.
pretty useful for some of the platforming. A lot of the elements in the later character choice stages are actually built with platforms that allow you to use beasts while walking ability. So we're going to be taking advantage of him later in the run. But yeah, kills with beasts are just kind of like this, just relentless.
Nice one cycle there.
The
Very
jumping punch
nice.
has an infinite where you can string them together in the air.
And one cycle is actually pretty hard. If you get a bad pattern where he just decides to fly towards the left side of the screen, just can't do anything. Here's where the ceiling cling becomes important. You want to just kind of flow your way through. We're going to be doing a lot of this. We're going to walk forward, bust this door down, go fight our boss fight here. This fight it feels kind of redundant at times because all you're doing is fighting 3 of these guys, but with one particular combo, you can take them out pretty quickly. There's the double hit headbutt I was talking about. You couldn't do that much damage to him with anything else. Do it one more time.
It's easy every time.
Easy literally every time.
Literally every time.
And air guitar.
3
there
for
we
3.
go.
Yo!
Cause explosions. It's the best air guitar.
This may not be Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3 Radical Rescue, but this game definitely is radical. That is for sure.
The raddest.
So here's Cyclops. He's really bad.
100% true.
But he has
awful.
lasers.
Yeah, which have a really slow animation. And his forward attack is so slow and that's why he's not using it, because of very, very short range slide.
There is actually a place I'm going to use it, which is right here. It gets off ledges faster than walking.
Yep.
Oh, that's the only 3 times you're going to see it is right there.
Otherwise, his movement tech is going to Disney World with those jumps.
Yep. I used to call this stage Cyclops goes to work, because all he does is walk everywhere. But, which I'll showcase here in just a moment after I take care of these hover bikes. Man, okay. See, I used to just let him stroll, because casual walk to work, a couple blocks away, but now we're just jumping because it actually scrolls the screen faster. I think I missed a shot there. We'll find out. Yeah, I missed one. No big deal. But when he jumps, he just looks so happy. Look at the double fist bump. Broke the bridge. Of course, that man had a family. Everyone will miss him. We're going to jump these guys, which won't be a bother to us. Just going to continually move. Rest of the stage, to be honest, there's really not much else to talk about because Cyclops is just a really boring character. So how about some donations?
Sounds good. We've got $10 from Lexi Kilgannon. Shoutouts to my friends LRock and Yellow Killer Bee. Wish we could have made it out to see you both. Good luck on the run, LRock. You got this, friend.
Thank you, Lexi.
We've got $10 from Jarfy. Had to donate during LRock's run. Super awesome to see a local friend make it into GDQ. Keep it up, man.
Appreciate it, Jarvie.
This is the most exciting boss fight in the game.
Yeah,
for sure.
Do some leg day workouts. Yeah, the fight is kind of monotonous because you just shoot it 6 times, but if you drop a blast, you actually will hit the engine too soon, and it can cause the stage to slow down. So now that we're out of the woodwork of the first 5 stages, we're going to move on to stages where you can essentially pick everybody, and you're always just going with the best option. This is one of the only times you won't see Beast because Psylocke just glides through this stage like crazy. She also can jump these trucks, which no other character can do. We're going to see a couple of those. The other optimal choice for this stage is actually Wolverine because he can climb the side of the trucks. He just has a much more unusual and unorthodox path through the stage. Involves a lot of claw dashes, diving, mostly diving, but I don't know. I'd rather just do this the whole time just because it's easier. We're going to just basically do this until the boss, so if there are any more donations to read, now would be a phenomenal time for that.
We do have donations. We've got $20 from Creeping Death. Shout out to my buddy LRock. Proud to see you at a GDQ, and good luck on the run.
Thank you so much, Mr. Cole, a.k.a. Creeping Death. So this is one of my least favorite boss fights in the game.
Yeah, this guy's great.
It's we have an opening that we really want things to go perfectly right, which so far they're good. We need to get rid of this claw because it does a ton of damage and it's a forever active hitbox. So we got rid of that. The rest of the fight is just avoiding these brood mites, which are going to do that to us. They're random, which sucks because basically what they do is they have random patterns for jumping in, but not swooping in. But we managed to spawn it almost completely off stage. Ideally, you want them. Thank you. Ideally, you want the Brood Queen completely off the screen, but we got it close enough because we had some bad clips there.
I think it's worth shouting out how good of dental hygiene they have in that brood. Like, did you see those teeth?
Indeed.
Pristine white.
The
so
mincers. Good. So here's the first time we're going to see Beast in the rest of the game. Here we have, it's a very short stage. It's mostly just a boss fight with a couple Fleamen before. They're pretty random. You want them to jump, which we got some pretty good luck there. The other thing they can do is they can drop bombs on the ground and just annoy the hell out of you. So here we've got Tusk. Hopefully he won't duck. Good times. He can start that fight with a duck that completely dodges your headbutt, but now that we got him on both sides, we have a quick kill opportunity. That's unfortunate. Iframes though, and okay, fine,
Tusk
be like that.
is a meanie face.
And constipation pose. Party in the lava. Whee.
This is a very serious video game, as you can tell.
So moving on here to the namesake of the game, here we have the Apocalypse stage, which really breaks down into 4 sections. The first one you have here is this corridor, which looks like a 16-bit version of Hardman from Mega Man 3. Just going to lean forward a lot. May need a small bit of concentration here. Okay, good, we got there.
Nice.
Very nice.
That placement is pretty weird.
Yeah, that section's pretty scary, and right there you can see why Beast is so good for the stage. Besides his offensive capabilities, he just makes such quick work of those platforms that any other character would have to go all the way around on.
Wolverine can actually scale up and go make an up climb towards another section of the level, but it just takes longer. We'll up climb here, move on to Apocalypse. Now there's something I'm going to try here. I've been trying this week. There's a task kill that's very, very hard to land. It requires 1 cycle. I'm going to see if I can get it.
Oh, so close.
Yeah, that almost happened.
Yeah, that
Taste
task
it.
kill is so precise. You have to be on top of those iframes.
That's hard.
Getting those punches exactly as the timing comes out. Being 2 hits away from it is absolutely phenomenal.
It was good. Getting those last 2 punches is the hardest. So we're going to do a quick break from the Beast monotony here and give Logan a chance to shine. This is actually a really hard strat taught to me by Mike Oyama back in 2014. Shout out to Half Coordinated for teaching me how to play on a one-handed on a controller. It's a very, very pixel-perfect strat, so this may require some serious time. Missed it. I missed it again. Okay, no big deal. I'm acting up. Sorry, guys.
There you go. Very good boss
I
fight.
did too much there.
Bathroom's on the right.
It's so funny how a pixel-perfect strat could be so easy. You just don't even have to move. Requires no movement.
Yeah, it's always neat when speed games line up like that, where it's like, oh, you have to be in this exact position. It's like, yeah, the game spawns you there. Like, yeah, if you do like 1 slide, you're right there.
Another boss
Finding
fight
stuff
here.
like that in games is cool.
Another
Here's
boss fight here
Juggernaut.
with the Juggernaut. There's actually a quick kill associated with this, but it has a really tiny frame window. We're still going to go for it, though, because there's no reason not to. Requires really good manipulation. Got it.
Yep.
Awesome.
Yo, there it is. What a god.
Yeah, he wanted 3 cycles of the jump-in punch, and then he did a slight crouch to make a Juggernaut whiff the grab, and then he was able to continue on the cycle of the jump-in punches.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to land, because if you're outside the frame window, he just uppercuts you out of the air, and you lose like 4 seconds. So now I move on to this stage, which that perfectly showed why I hate it so much. You have this, you have these acolytes that just do nothing but get in your way. Oh, no goodness. That was actually a pretty solid corridor. Generally what they'll do is they'll just get in your way and time out all your hits, and they just act up like crazy. Oh, hey, we got a 1 cycle in Exodus here. Tell him to open up his phone, turn on Pokemon Go, and catch these hands.
Say bye, Exodus.
Bye, Exodus.
Bye, Exodus.
It's a very interesting boss fight because you only have to put him to half health to be able to finish it. So here we're going to have to sling a bit. Here's where things get really scary. You have the option of going either low or high. I always go high just because it's kind of what I'm used to. You can get bad luck either way. That's unfortunate.
Oh. Yeah, the
Shouldn't
jumps
be too
here are
bad, though.
pretty precise as beasts.
Oh, really? Yeah,
And then the
it's very
acolytes are just
unfortunate.
mean.
Okay, there we go.
There you go.
Very unfortunate
Boost
bit
there.
So for the boss here, we're hoping for a 1 cycle, which is going to require head stomps. Takes 11 of them, I believe. See what happens. Almost. Okay.
There you
Good
go.
enough. Cannonball.
Very nice.
And now I love Mike Oyama's description of Magneto here, and just how he's Magneto. He's kind of a jerk.
Yep.
Purple
Yeah.
underpants wearing, 6-pack having, invincible. Anyway, so he's got a pretty good range of attacks. He's got this orb, which leaves him open for the most damage, which we're going to get there. He's going to do it twice in a row. It's cool. The other annoying thing he does is he gets in his shield and he just dodges around like this, which he's completely invincible the entire time, so you just have to play by his rules. And then here we have what we call Construction Zone, where you have to dodge these metal shards. Best way being so with Head Stomp. Let's see what we can do here. Oh, goodness. Okay. And that's really the most damage you can get is jumping punch followed by that.
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
kind of
no
at
big
the
deal.
will and mercy of Magneto here to finish the run.
This fight is just complete RNG.
Pretty much.
And time is on final hit, correct?
Yes. That was really weird. I've never done that before, but okay. I'll take it.
Yeah, that lined up weirdly.
Okay. You don't really want to be near the bottom because Instruction Zone acts silly like that. Whoop. I'll take that hit. That's fine. As long as I'm on the platform, it doesn't matter. That's not good.
Yeah. Welcome to Magneto. He's...
Yeah, this is where things get bad. But he's pretty low on health, so this won't take too much time, I don't think. There we go. Time.
1809. GG. That is a fantastic
That is
run.
a very good time.
Whew, it was a good one. Slight mistakes aside, but I was really glad a couple things worked out. The Juggernaut fight is not always where it needs to be. So here we have Magneto showing how much he lifts, because look at those biceps. Those early 90s Capcom biceps that only Street Fighter characters have.
He's got those watermelons in his sleeve.
Nice. Well, this here, for the second time ever at SGDQ, was X-Men Mutant Apocalypse. We actually, myself and about 4 of the runners, put a ton of work into this game over the past 6 months or so. At the start of the year, the world record was like in 1854, I think it was, set by Molotov, who originally ran this at SGDQ 2014. Now, between myself and Stunt Coyote, Noble Boy, EDU207, and Smelly McTroll, we got this time down to, I mean, we had 3 runners with sub-18s now, which is well over a minute what the best time used to be. So the amount of work that's gone into this game and the amount of soul and love that's gone into it is just nothing short of extraordinary. And I was very, very happy to be a part of it and happy to be able to showcase it for you all today. Anyway, that's going to be X-Men, and that's going to be it for me. I hope you all enjoyed yourselves, and thanks so much for tuning in.
All right, give it up one more time for LRock. Thank you so much for bringing that run to SGDQ. I'm just going to read a couple more donations while we have a second. We've got $100 from Imp Mal.